Today's conversation is not about discipline or motivation or forcing yourself to finally stick to something. What we're going to be talking about is devotion, commitment, but not the kind that you were taught. Because for many of us, commitment has felt pressured, like something like an obligation or something that takes our freedom away. And so the body resisted. But what if commitment isn't a cage? What if it's a place of rest? This episode, as we continue on the New Year Reset series, is an invitation to look at commitment as devotion, the sacred act of choosing one direction long enough for your energy, your nervous system, and your soul to settle. Not choosing everything, not deciding your whole future, just choosing one path to walk with. Because scattered energy doesn't make you free, it makes you tired, it makes you burnt out. And indecision isn't neutral either, it slowly leaks your life force. So today, we're talking about what happens when we stop hovering at the crossroads and let ourselves step onto one road with intention. Not forever, not perfectly, but with presence. This is not about doing more. It's about placing your energy where it can finally gather and grow. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Sovereign Goddess podcast, the New Year Reset series. This is the fourth in the series. If you've missed the previous ones, go and catch up on it because what I'm doing is really prep you up to be ready for this this intense year that we're about to step in. I always talk about the energy of the new year doesn't really arrive till probably like mid-February, sometimes even like towards late February. This year it's gonna be more mid-February. Actually, I feel like for some people, you're already feeling the energy. It's like you're already on your horse and you're ready. You're ready to go, right? So it is framing up or lining up to be it's going to be an interesting year, and you want to be prepared. You want to be intentional on your journey. You want to be intentional in your choices. If you are someone who just kind of goes with whatever it is, you're going to be burnt out before you know it. The year of the fire horse is no joke. You need to find your center. You need to grab your map and be focused. You need to be intentional. You need to be grounded, or you get pulled whatever direction the horse goes, and that's not what we want, right? So this New Year series is specifically reason why it came through is to get your energy ready, to get you ready, to get your nervous system ready for what is to come, so that when it's time to go, you get on your horse. You are one with the rhythm, right? You're one with the flow. You know where you're going, and you have that direction, the devotion. So today we're going to talk more about devotion. Now, devotion was my word last year, and I had no idea how it was going to show up. I also had my living mentor was Leonardo da Vinci, and those two went beautifully together. Now, Leonardo da Vinci, if you've listened to the past episode, you know I've talked about him. He's already in my inner circle of mentors, divine mentors. So this was a really cool time to like get a one-on-one with him. Like I love him. He taught me a lot because he was someone who, just like me, manifesting generator, has many desires, have the ability to dabble into multiple things at once without getting burnt out, right? But he really taught me how to find devotion while also honoring myself. And I'm going to talk about this in this episode, where when we hear commitment or devotion, we tend to see it as something that, oh my gosh, I'm stuck with this for the rest of my life. That was me. And I rejected it, especially in the online world, when you're coming into online business, you hear a lot about niche. You need to find your niche. And my design is not about finding one niche. Like my design is like I go where my fire flows, and it works for me. Now, this design is not for everyone else. We all have different designs. If you look at human design, generators, manifesting generators, reflectors, projectors, we all have our own design. Taking time to learn about your design is going to be very helpful in terms of learning how to flow with the energies and your own energy. Trust me, it is beautiful. So, anyways, like Leonardo da Vinci really showed me whichever way that he went, whether it was an artist, whether it was a scientist, whether it was an inventor, whichever way or whatever was pulling him, if it was like doing sculptures, he was all in. In that moment, he was devoted. He was all in until the fire was like, nope, we're done now. We're going to go over here. And then he would go to learning about the human body and how it works. And he was all in, right? That's how devotion works. You got to honor your flow, right? We are here on a journey, and our soul is guiding us to certain places on our journey to harness the wisdom there, right? And so when we say commitment or devotion in this case, I'm not talking about finding that one thing that you're going to be stuck with your whole life. There are some people that when they come on this planet, they just know what they're here for, and that is what it is, and they stick with it and they thrive. Oh, I love those people. It's just beautiful. My path is not like that. And if you're like me, you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not that one. We have many desires, we have many curiosities. We can juggle much more. We love to learn. We're curious about the world, just like Leonardo da Vinci. So last week we talked about, really slowing down, bringing our nervous system online to flow with whatever it is that this journey is for us, right? We reset our nervous system. We learned the difference between like desire and obligation, how it feels in our body. We really brought it into our body, following the soul's desire versus like so and so does this, so I'm going to do it too. Right? We really took our turn or our time to listen in to see what it is that we're here to experience, to create. What is the curiosity? What is the desire? Is it deeply rooted within our truth, or is it something that is outside of ourselves? So we really looked into desire discernment, which is taking your time to figure out, is this from my truth, my soul, or is this something that so and so told me to do? So the main transmission that came from last week was not everything you want belongs to you. Not everything you want belongs to you. Because you have to take the time to figure out, okay, I do want this, but is this really what I need? Is this what my soul wants? Is this truly what I need? Right? It's asking the question. So, again, if you missed last week's episode, go check it out. It will set you up for this week's practice. So, this week, we followed what is already sparking within us. It's like, this is okay, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling like I want to do this. I'm really feeling this desire to do this. Like your whole body full. Yes, yes, let's do it. Right. And then this week, we are going to be cultivating that because those curiosities, that intense desire, is giving us a direction on where we need to place our fire, where we need to put our energy, where we need to focus our energies in the moment. It might be in the moment, in the month, in the quarter, or in the whole year. But either way, we are being given a direction to go. This is important because I feel like most people are afraid to just commit to one thing. Because again, they feel like, oh my gosh, that means I have to be stuck with this forever for the rest of my life. And that is not the point. That is not the case here. Whatever is true for you right now is true for you right now. And you commit to it for however long the duration is. Here's the thing, when we choose to commit to something, when we choose to, I'm going to use this word because this, I really love it. When we choose to devote ourselves to a certain topic, a certain action, a certain niche, right? Whatever pathway showed up for it. When we choose to devote ourselves, we allow ourselves to arrive. We allow the energies to gather there and actually grow so we can see the potential. When we don't devote, we're hopping from here to there to there to there, and you don't really see any good results because you're not spending enough time there for the growth to happen, for you to receive the wisdom, whatever it is that you need to receive there, right? You're moving from here to here, here, and it can also create burnout very quickly, especially this year with the fire horse. Burnout can happen before you even know it. So we really need to gather that energy and devote to the direction, to the calling that we've been given in that moment. Again, I'm not saying you're stuck with this for the rest of your life, unless you're one of those people who are blessed with this is my calling, this is it. It's just beautiful. If you're one of those, lucky you. But I feel like majority of us have multiple inspirations and desires and hopes and hobbies and creative expressions. I like that better. If that is you, this year will be very important for you to really tune in. One of the things, simple exercises that I do, because I get a lot of ideas. I have so many ideas. So there was a time where I got to dabble and move here, 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 here. I got to do that. I got to experience. So I'm speaking from a place of experience. So I was like, well, these inspirations are coming in for a reason, and I didn't want to ignore them. So one of my mentors at that time, she was like, why don't you write it all down? And her process, she would even put it on like post-it notes and put it somewhere. And then she will ask her higher self or her spirit, which of these inspiration is calling me in this moment. And then that's what she will focus on until it was done. And then she'll come back on the board and do the same thing again. And it was so brilliant because it meant that I didn't have to dismiss what was coming through. I could still receive the divine ideas and inspirations that were coming through. But what I learned is that not everything that was coming through was supposed to be acted on immediately. And so I learned to discern which ones wanted my energy in that moment, in the time that I was in, and which ones were waiting. And I could even ask, I could point my hand to one of the desires and be like, okay, when do I need to work on this? And I might get a time frame like, okay, 2 years from now or 10 years from now, right? It's very interesting because the more you do this, the more you get clarity. But one thing I know is when something is alive for me in this moment, I will get that whole body yes. Like it will just light me up, and that's how I know that's my green light. And I will put all my energy and focus in building that and creating that and being devotional to that path until the energy is done. When the energy is done, I know because that full body lit upness is not there anymore. It's done. And then you just feel like it's done. And sometimes, even when you get to that point where it's done, it's not like this culmination where you get this success. For example, like you create this program, at the end you make this amount of money. Sometimes the gift in following that path is learning from the downfalls, learning from the failure. So it's okay if you devote to something and it didn't come to fruition. There's still golden nugget there. There's a reason why your soul took you through that path, because whatever you need to create that bigger thing or the experience that you've been craving, you needed to move through this experience in order to get there. So you got to trust the process. So this, like you've already worked on or identifying how to feel what is true and in alignment with you, right? In your body, bring in your nervous system online because we know that is very important. We cannot thrive if our nervous system is not aligned. Then we'll have to be fighting it. It's going to be like, nope, nope, nope. And you're going to be like, yes, 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 no. We don't want that, right? We want our full body to be a part of this process so we can gain clarity on what direction we're taking. So, what has been really pulling you? This really invites you to slow down, check in with your body, and ask the question, what is alive for me right now? Or you can say, what is alive for me in this season that I'm in? Or if you want to push it even more, what is a life for me this year? Where do I need to place my focus this year? And perhaps you get a clear answer. Like, if you have all these programs, maybe you get that clear answer. You need to focus on building this program, for example. Or you might just, the answer will come in a different way. It might come in a way where you're pulled to someone talks to you about collaborating, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is exciting, my whole body's lit up, right? It can come in so many ways. So don't block off the avenues through which the answers come through. All you have to do is ask the question, and the answers will come to you. So this year, it's really important that we choose the path of our devotion. We listen to the direction and flow of our soul's pathwork, and we trust that whichever way our map is pointing, our compass is pointing to, that we follow through with that until it's time to pivot again. If there's anything I want you to take from this, is that devotional commitment doesn't mean it's a lifetime, unless for you it is. But it can change. It is meant to. We can go in different directions to learn different things. So don't be afraid to commit or to devote to something for the season. If it is something that is meant to last for the lifetime, you're going to be lit up that whole lifetime towards that action or towards that path. It will be so clear to you. The moment you feel forced to do something, it is done. The moment you feel that pressure, this tightness, like, why am I still doing this? It is done. You're trying to force something into action that is already done. Again, bringing your body into this process is going to save you a lot of time. Once something is done, your body will let you know very clearly. The excitement will disappear. You'll feel that tightness, right? Every time you think about it, you'll feel this heaviness, right? Your body will let you know. So trust your body, trust your nervous system, bring your nervous system online with it. Your path is already lit for you. Now it is up to you to really look at it, feel into it, choose it. The path is there, but intentionally choose it. It is your path. Nobody made this path for you. You and your soul made it. Nobody's trying to deceive you by creating this is your path. It is clear. If you've been following this process, we have been intentionally calling in the aligned path to show itself for you. Don't be afraid of what shows up. Don't be afraid of what direction has been lit up in front of you. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust your body. Look at your path. Look at the direction that you're being guided to. Choose it. Follow through with it until it's time to pivot. Or not. It might be just keep going, keep building. We know that sometimes we have projects or experiences where we have to devote to it, and actually there's a reason for it. It pans out. It needs to be that way. And then others are short-lived. Whatever it is, you will know. Your body will let you know when it's done. Your body will let you know when it's time to move on. So let's talk about clarity, because I know clarity is something that we find ourselves waiting for or using it as a cue to when to start or when to devote to the path we're being called to. And here's the truth. Most of the time, clarity does not come before what we need, the steps we need to take or the action we need to take. It comes after we've devoted and said yes to the path. So if you are waiting for clarity before you move with what is moving you, this is your sign to move first and know that the clarity will come through that devotion. When the soul commits, the fog lifts. When the soul commits, the fog lifts. So, with all of that said, go ahead and grab your journal. Let's do some journaling to gain some clarity on what wants to move through us. So, the first journal question is, what am I afraid will happen if I fully commit? What am I afraid will happen if I fully commit? And if you need to pause the video, after each question so you can really dive into it, please do so and then come back. The second question is, where is my energy currently split? Where is my energy currently split? The third question is, what would it feel like to walk with one direction for a season? What would it feel like to walk with one direction for a season? The fourth question is, what does devotion feel like in my body? Not in my mind, in my body. What does devotion feel like in my body? And hopefully this one will be easy to answer, especially from last week's episode. So if you're like, I don't know how to do that, go back to last week's episode. You just have to check in with your body and it will show you what that feels like. And then this last one, go ahead and ask yourself this question. What is moving through me? What is moving through me? What is exciting in my cells? What is calling for my devotion at this time? What is calling for my devotion at this time? What is calling for my devotion at this time? And I want you to just free write. There's no right or wrong to this. Just write. The answer will come through. So when you're done, place your pen down or your pencil, close your journal, and close your eyes. Begin to take a deep breath into your body. Breathing into your heart. Using your breath to call you into this presence. We want to be fully present in this moment. Get comfortable in your body, on the chair that you're sitting on, or maybe you're sitting on the floor. Make sure your feet is uncrossed on the ground if possible. Your spine supported and your hands resting gently on your body. And when you're ready, close your eyes and take a slow deep breath in through your nose and a long exhale through your mouth. Again, slow breath in through your nose and a long exhale through the mouth. And let your breath begin to soften the edges of your body. Now place one hand on your heart, the other hand on your belly or your womb, whichever feels good for you. Really feel the weight of your hands on your body. Breathe into this space and let that contact signal safety to your nervous system. Deep breaths in. You don't need to figure anything out right now. You don't need to decide with your mind. Just simply be here now. Be with the process. Just arrive. And take another deep breath in. And now I want you to envision yourself standing at a crossroad. There's no rush here, no urgency, just simply space. And notice how many paths are around you. Different directions, different possibilities. You don't need to analyze them. Simply notice how it feels to be standing there. And now gently ask your body, not your mind, your body, which direction is asking for my devotion right now? Which direction is asking for my devotion right now? Not forever, not for the rest of your life, just for this season. Now allow one path to subtly stand out. You can see or feel it or sense one of the paths light up for you. You might feel it as warmth or a tingle sensation or a soft pull, a sense of steadiness. When you sense the path, imagine yourself stepping onto it. It's okay if you don't know what that path is. You might sense what it might be about, but remember the clarity comes after you've chosen the path, after you've stepped on the path. So feel your feet on the ground beneath you. Feel the way your body responds when you choose. Notice what happens in your breath, in your shoulders, in your belly. If you find yourself feeling anxious from choosing a path, remember, it's not because of the path, it's because of your programming when it comes to devotion or commitment. So just listen to your body, deep breaths in. Let your nervous system know that it is safe. It is safe to choose. It is safe to be here. Now silently say to yourself, I choose to walk with this. I don't need certainty. I choose presence. I choose to walk with this. I don't need certainty at this time. I choose presence. I choose to walk with this. I don't need certainty at this time. I choose presence. And let your nervous system feel the relief of not holding every option open. Let your nervous system feel the relief of not holding every option open. You are allowed to gather your energy. And as you walk this path in your imagination, notice how your body begins to settle, how your thoughts quiet, how your energy consolidates. This is devotion. Just stay in here. Take a few moments here. Breathe in, walk in, choosing. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to your body and feel the support beneath you of the earth, of Mama Gaia, of your chair, and feel your breath. May you choose what steadies you. May you stop scattering your energy in the hope of certainty. And may you place your feet on one path and allow yourself to arrive there. May commitment no longer feel like pressure, but like a place your nervous system can rest and feel safe. May devotion replace doubt. May staying become an act of self-trust. May you walk long enough to be changed by what you've chosen. May clarity meet you because you stayed, not because you forced an answer. And when the urge to second guess arises, may you remember you are not trapped by your commitment. You are held by it. So go gently, walk with presence, and may your choosing bless the path ahead of you. Take a deep breath in and out, one step at a time, one choice at a time. And when it feels right, slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. Hmm. So, before we end this episode, here are your takeaways. Devotion says, I will walk with this long enough for it to meet me. Commitment is not a demand placed on you, it is an agreement that you make with your own becoming. Commitment doesn't mean closing every door, it means walking through one on purpose, being intentional about this. We gain clarity through embodied choice. Clarity does not come before commitment, it comes because of it. And when the soul commits, the fog lifts up. Here are some mantras to help you with this process here. I choose what chooses me. I choose what chooses me. And I don't need certainty at this time. I need presence. I don't need certainty at this time. I need presence. Beautiful. Let me know how this episode lands for you. If you have any questions, send me a message. And if this resonated with you, share this with your loved ones. Share this episode with your loved ones. Share this series with your loved ones. But thank you for walking with me as we get ready, as we prepare every part of our being for this journey ahead of us. So this is the last time I'm going to be inviting you to this event. My opening ceremony is happening on January 30th. I hope to see you there. The link is below. Come join us. This is a big ceremony that just gets you into that 2026 energy so you can discover what is in store for you, prepare your nervous system for it, gain clarity on the path ahead of you. And we do it together in such a beautiful way that just boosts us up for the rest of the year. So I hope to see you there. Again, from my heart to yours, go gently. Bye, everyone.